All right. Happy Monday, everybody. I hope you guys had a great weekend. Let's jump right in and get started in our weekly industry update. If you guys are out on the weekends looking at properties at open houses, you're probably seeing that open houses are definitely getting more foot traffic. I'm certainly seeing that being out in the weekends looking with clients and for myself. And we are looking in LA County as well as San Bernardino County. And we are just seeing, people lined up again for to go into the open houses. So I'm seeing a lot of foot traffic at open houses, which means buyers are out. Okay. Which is good for you because that means you can, get your buyers out there. People are buying. That's what it means. So don't let the news or anything else tell you that the market is not, moving right now, because it is certainly moving. And yes, are we having inventory issues? Absolutely we are, right? But at the same time, there is inventory out there and your buyers can make offers. Okay. So don't let it stifle you. Don't let it stop you from getting out there, because there's definitely business to be had out there. All right. Definitely do everything that you do. Make all your calls in a TCPA compliant way. Please, please, please. I don't want anybody to get fined over calling people from the do not call list. So make sure that you're doing that. And let's start with Los Angeles County. Los Angeles County, we're looking at the for sale properties that are on the market. So we are up 6.4% compared to last month. We're up 18% compared to last year in March, same time frame. I'm sorry, April. Lord, we're in April, you guys. This is bananas. In April, this is actually the second week of the second quarter. It's time to get our butts in gear, right? Second quarter. All right. And it is up 18% overall, which is great. We are up on for sale properties 18% compared to last year. Sold properties were up 27.9% compared to last month, 26.9% compared to last year, same time frame in April, and 1.7% up overall. So although we are only up 1.7%, we are up. So that is definitely moving in the right direction. Pendants are down 13% compared to last month, down 19.4% compared to last year in March or April, and then up 0.8% overall. So very, very small increase, but nonetheless, we do have an increase. So that definitely is a good thing. All right, so new listings is up 11.7% compared to last month, 22.6% compared to last year, same time frame in March or April. Forgive me, you guys, I'll get it together soon. And up 11.2% overall. So that's a good thing. In LA County, we're seeing an increase in new listing inventory, which we desperately need, right? All right, average active price is actually down 0.6% compared to last month, down 3% compared to last April, same time frame, first 2 weeks in April. So it's only 6 days so far, you guys, really only just one full week. So only down 3%, and then down 3% overall. So basically in LA County, what this is telling us is that sellers are asking 3% less than what they were last year, right? So when everybody is talking about how high prices are going and that prices have gone up, in LA County, actually overall prices have gone down 3%. Now, what does that mean? I know you guys already know the answer to this because I preach it literally every single week. What does this mean you need to do as a listing agent or even as a buyer's agent? What do you have to do from here? You've got the overall number. Now, what do you need to do? And I need somebody to come off mute and tell me.
We'll have a hyper local into your area that you're looking into.
Thank you, Armando. Armando, I got a gift for you, dude. When you come in, I got a gift for you.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you. So that's it, you guys. And I preach this every single week. Be hyper local, because this number means that in some areas, there's going to be sellers who are asking for 10% higher. And in some areas, there's going to be sellers who are asking for, again, 3% lower than we got last year, or even 5% lower than we got last year. Just depends on the area. So you got to be hyper local so that you can properly educate your buyers and sellers, right? All right, average sold price is 2.5% less than it was last month, 0.4% less than it was last April, and 0.9% down from last year, same time frame. All right, or overall, I should say. All right, so that's the average sold price. So that means that not only are they asking for 3% less, or they are asking for 3% less, but they actually are receiving 0.9% less. So not even a percent less, right? So prices have not gone down 3%. They've actually, sold price has actually gone down 0.9%. Okay. So sellers are selling for a little bit less than they did last year, only by 0.9%, not even a full percent, you guys. All right, so months of inventory. We are 13.2% down from last month. We were at 2.3 months of inventory last month. We're at 2 months of inventory now, moving in the wrong direction. We want to see inventory go up, right? Instead of going down. We're at 2.1% months of inventory last April, and now we're at, again, 2 months. And now overall, we were at 2.1 months of inventory at this time in the year last year. And now we are at 2.5 months of inventory, an increase of 18.9%. So overall, we actually have gone up 18.9%. That is a good thing. 2.5 months of inventory. And as we'll see in other counties, well, Riverside and San Bernardino, we may be around the same, but in Orange County, as you guys have been, if you've been keeping track, we've been in the 1 month of inventory in Orange County, right? So let's keep going. Average days on market is down 20%. So we were at 35 days on market last month. We're at 28 days on market currently this month. And then overall, we're 19% down. We're at 42 days on market last year at this time. And now we're at 34 days on market. And my guess is that it's going to keep going down because demand is actually increasing, as far as I can see, not decreasing. And it's going to pull properties off the market even at a more rapid rate. And so we are down 19% with 34 days on market currently. Again, that's something that you have to educate your buyers on, right? Because you have to let them know, like, they don't have time to sit here and mull over if they actually want to make an offer or not. If they see a property that checks the boxes, which is so important that we understand what their requirements are, then we've got to go ahead and get them looking at properties, or go ahead and making those offers, right? Because it may not be on the market the following week. Okay. Sold price versus original list price. All righty. It was 98% last month of original list price to sold price ratio. Currently it is 100%. So sellers currently this month are getting 100% of their list price. Okay. That's a good thing, right? In LA County, sellers are getting 100% of their list price. They are happy. And compared to last year, same thing. Last year, 98%. Sellers were getting 98% of their list price. Currently, they're getting 100% of their list price. And then overall, last year, at this time in the year, they were getting 95% of their list price. And currently, sellers are getting 98% of their list price. So that is positive. Sellers love that. In LA County, they're getting 98% of their list price. They're going to be happy. Okay. And as their listing agent, you can ensure they get 100% of their list price by not over listing it, right? By not overpricing it, right? So if you do that and you're competitive, more than likely you'll be in the bucket of getting 101% of their list price versus only getting 98%. All right, Orange County. Let's look at Orange County, the OC. We are at 10.3 increase on for sale properties, 10.3% increase on for sale properties over last month, 4% increase compared to last April, and 4% increase overall. So moving all in the right direction. A 4% increase. So we have more inventory on the market compared to last year to the tune of 4%. So that's a good sign. Sold inventory, properties that have actually closed escrow, are up 16.3% compared to last month, up 22% compared to last April, and up 5.6% overall, again, which is great. It's a good sign. Absolutely. And then pendant properties are down 9.1% compared to last month, down 23.6% compared to last April. Again, just these first 6 days of April, though, you guys. So this is not, I don't necessarily look at this as a big deal just yet, because it's only the first 6 days in April. And remember, a lot of properties, well, in pendants, actually it's in sold. A lot of properties actually close at the end of the month. But I'm not gonna, again, this is just the first 6 days, so no alarms really going off just yet. And then pendants, 3.7% increase overall compared to last year. Okay, so properties that have actually gone into escrow is actually up 3.7%. I love it when I see all of our major indicators on the green, going up, moving in the right direction, right? All right, so new listing inventory has gone down 17.3% compared to last month. And then 7.7% decrease compared to last April, same time frame, and an 8.2% increase overall. So new listing inventory has gone up compared to last year so far at this point in the year, to the tune of 8.2%. So we do have more inventory coming on the market than we did last year, which is a great sign, especially when you look at this next, or the one after this, when we talk about our absorption rate in months of inventory. Okay, so average active price has gone down 2.6% compared to last month, up 10% compared to last April 2023, and up 10% overall. Okay, so average active price in Orange County, sellers are asking for 10% higher prices than they did last year. Okay, now if we remember last year, especially towards the middle of the year, Orange County was asking for like 24% higher prices than they did from the previous year. So at 10%, they're getting a little bit more reasonable. Okay, but why is that? More than likely it is because in Orange County, unlike the other counties, Orange County is facing more of the inventory squeeze than any of the other counties, which means there's less inventory, more buyers are bidding on the same inventory, right? And we're having that scarcity. So it's just causing the prices to go up. It's causing sellers to realize what position of power they're in, and they want to ask higher prices, right? So, so this 10% is actually a little bit more reasonable than it was last year. All right, average sold price is 4.3% higher than it was last year, or last month, I'm sorry, and 32% higher than it was last April, and 16.2% higher than it was last year. So although they're asking 10% higher than they did last year, they're actually receiving 16.2% higher than they did last year. Wow. So Orange County sellers are really happy, right? Because they are getting 16.2% higher prices than they are, higher value for their properties than they did last year. And it goes back to what Armando said, you got to be hyper local, because this number in your particular part of Orange County, you know, it could be 2% higher, 3% higher, right? So you've got to be specific and look in your area, make sure that you know what that number is for your specific seller or buyer. And your buyer would need to know, right? Because they need to know what they need, how their offers need to look, right? If the seller is asking for such, clearly they're getting over the asking price in certain areas. So we've got to be able to educate our buyers on that, how much they should be bidding over potentially, after, of course, talking with the listing agent. All right. Whoa, you guys. So this is only, again, this is the first 6 days. So we won't, like I said, we won't, our hair is not on fire just yet, right? But look at this, months of inventory. So we were at 1.2 months of inventory last month in Orange County. Currently, these first 7 days of the month, we are at 0 months of inventory. That means everything that is on the market is coming off the market. We have nothing that is being left on the market currently, just currently, it's first 7 days, okay? And then look at overall. We have 1.5 months of inventory at this time in the year. Last year, we are at 1.6 months of inventory. So there is still inventory on the market, you guys. However, overall, as you can see, Orange County is definitely facing the greatest inventory shortage from the other counties that we are currently monitoring. All right, at 1.6 months of inventory, which is actually a 6.8% increase. But if your buyers are actually looking in Orange County, and I'm actually one of the buyers looking in Orange County, but there's just nothing out there. I'm not seeing anything out there in the area that was out there. A couple of areas that are out there, you know, those properties are just not as desirable. And that's what tends to stay on the market a little bit longer are those undesirable properties, either neighborhood or either condition wise. They aren't, you know, what we're looking for. So Orange County definitely feeling the squeeze. All right, and then let's look at average days on market. So again, this is the first 7 days on market. We're looking at 25 days on market this time last month, 0 days on market currently. So probably just not a lot of property came on the market. Because that 0, I'm sure, is based on the fact that maybe one property came on and came off, or just, yeah, that's what it probably had to be. Let's look at the overall number. Overall, we were at 41 days on market last year at this time. Currently, Orange County is at 28 days on market, a 31.7% decrease. So definitely, again, because of the inventory squeeze, buyers, when something comes on the market, they're getting out there, they're looking at it and putting offers in right away, right? So I'm going to say that 28 days is probably going to continue to go down as the inventory squeeze continues in Orange County. And as buyers are still getting out here more, that's going to go down, especially if the interest rates continue to level off or even take a tick down, right? So sold versus original list price. Again, I'm going to go to our overall numbers because I believe these first 7 days are not giving us a good indicator. So overall, we were at 96% of list price last year. We are currently at 98% of list price. So sellers are getting 98% of their list price here in Orange County. Okay, 98% of their list price. So again, sellers are happy. And I'm sure in some areas they're getting over their list price. I know in a couple of areas that we were looking at in Orange County, I know they're getting over their list price. And a lot of sellers right now, a lot of listing agents are taking the approach, I don't know if you guys have seen it, but they're pricing their properties really conservatively. So almost below market, just so that they can create that bidding effect, right? Because typically when you do that, you do go over what you even would have asked for if you were at the competitive rate. That is just a strategy, okay? All right, let's look at Riverside. Let's look at Riverside County. I just looked at that picture, right, you guys? I don't know about you, but are those supposed to be bullet holes? Am I seeing incorrectly? I don't know that Riverside would be proud of that picture. Just saying. We wouldn't show that to anybody but us, right? Because that doesn't look right. All right. So Riverside County for sale properties is up 5.1% compared to last month, up 24.5% compared to last April, and up 24.5% overall, which is great. We're happy to see that for sale properties that are actually on the market has gone up 24.5%. Sold properties has gone down 6.5% compared to last month and down 6% compared to last April. However, only 0.6% down overall. So a very small decrease in for sale properties or sold properties, properties that have actually closed escrow has gone down 0.6% as compared to last year, okay? Pending properties is down 4% compared to last month, down 8.7% compared to last year in April, and up 4.1% overall. So pending properties that have actually gone into escrow has actually taken an increase to 4.1%. compared to last year. So as you can see, 2 of the 3 main indicators is actually on the rise. And if we have more for sale inventory, that typically would trickle into our pendants and then trickle into our solds. So hopefully we will start to see those numbers climb and get back into the green, all of them. Let's look at new listing inventory. New listing inventory is down compared to last year or last month, 28.2% down. Compared to last April, it's 15.6% down. So far in these, again, just first 7 days of the month. And then 10.4% up overall. So that's a good sign. New listing inventory has gone up to the tune of 10.4%. All right, we need that new listing inventory, right? Average active price has gone down 1.3% compared to last month, and 4.6% increase compared to last April, and a 4.6% increase overall. So average active price, sellers are asking for a little bit higher than they did last year, to the tune of 4.6%. Average sold price is actually up 4.8% compared to last month, down 1.8% compared to last March or April, and then increased 10.2% overall, which is great. So sellers are actually only asking 4.6% higher than they did last year. However, they are receiving 10.2% higher on average than they did last year. So in Riverside County, sellers are really happy because they've seen great appreciation, right, over the year so far. Let's look at our inventory, our months of inventory. So last month we were at 2.2 months of inventory, and currently we're at 2.6 months of inventory, a 17.8% increase, which is great. Overall, we've seen a 23.7% increase. So we were at 2.1 months of inventory last year, same time frame, and we are currently at 2.6 months of inventory. So Riverside County is actually doing better than Orange County, I believe better than LA County. I think LA County, or maybe right along the same, at the tune of 2.6 months of inventory. We are still in a seller's market, right? We won't be in a balanced market until these inventory levels start to go up and hit about 4 months of inventory. Okay, that's when we start, they call that a normal market, right? And then that moves us into a buyer's market. All right, let's continue. Average days on market is down 8.9% compared to last month. So we were at 45 days on market. Currently, we're at 41 days on market. Overall, we are down 16.7% because last year, same time frame, we were at 54 days on market, and currently we are at 45 days on market. 16.7% decrease. 45 days on market, I mean, that is definitely pretty good. Again, you got to be hyper local because some properties in Riverside County are flying off the shelves and they won't last 2 weeks. So don't tell your sellers or your buyers, hey, we've got 45 days on average, if that's not what it's really telling you. And a lot of these CMA type of programs that we use to do our market analysis, they have for your specific neighborhood, they'll give you the hyper local statistics to use or the metrics to use, and you'll have those numbers available to you. As buyers agents, you will have to either create a CMA, which is easy to do, and or you will have to come up with those numbers just based on the averages that you see in the comps that you're running for your buyer when you get ready to make the offer, right? Or when you're about to do the buyer presentation and you're looking at the area that they are interested in, and then you can look at that RPR program that will show you those metrics as well. Okay, if you have questions about that, you guys can let me know, please. All right, sold versus original list price, a 0 change, 97%. 97% sellers were getting 97% of their list price last month, doing the same this month so far at these, again, first 7 days. Overall, last year, sellers were getting 95% of their list price, and currently, again, they're getting 97% of their list price. So only an increase of 2.1%, but moving in the right direction for the Riverside sellers. I'm sure they're happy about getting 97% of their list price. All right, last one for the day is San Bernardino County. So San Bernardino County is getting 4.1%, or I'm sorry, for sale properties is up 4.1% compared to last month, up 20.5% compared to last April, and up 20.5% overall. Okay, so for sale properties that are actually on the market is up 20.5%. In San Bernardino County. That's great, moving in the right direction. Sold properties are down 2.1% compared to last month, down 8.5% compared to last April, and down 1.2% overall. So properties that have actually closed escrow is actually down a little bit compared to last year. Anybody got a question? I saw somebody come off mute, but anybody got a question? No? Okay. Pendants are down 30.7% compared to last month. And again, this is just the first 7 days of the month. Down 38.4% compared to last April, and down 2.2% overall. Okay, and that's pendant properties that have actually gone into escrow. Is currently down 2.2% overall. So we'd like to see pendant properties actually, you know, we want more pendants because again, that trickles into your solds, and that has a lot to do with what is for sale. We see that for sale number going up, right? That, which is a good sign. That should trickle into our solds and our pendants and our solds. Let's look at new listing inventory. New listing inventory is down 26.4% compared to last month, down 22.4% compared to last April, and down and up 11.4% overall compared to last year. So that is a good sign. We are seeing new listing inventory come on the market, and we expect that, right, in San Bernardino County and in Riverside County, because they have more of the new build inventory out there. Not all of it goes on the MLS though, right? And these numbers I know are coming from our MLS. So not all of the new listing inventory is probably being recorded here because not all of it comes onto the MLS. So, but what is on the MLS has increased compared to last year to the tune of 11.4%, which is great because that will trickle in again to our pendants and to our solds. All right, our average active price is up 0.8% compared to last month. Up 3.1% compared to last April, and up 3.1% overall. So sellers in San Bernardino County are getting 3.1% higher than they did last year. They have a more value than they did last year in their homes to the tune of 3.1%. Sold prices, so what they're receiving, 3.9% higher as compared to last month, 2.1% higher compared to last April, and 3.2% higher as compared to last year overall, which is good. So basically in San Bernardino County, unlike a couple of the other counties, San Bernardino County, the active price and the sold price are pretty much in line, right? Which is a good thing. And sellers are getting normal appreciation, right? They're getting normal appreciation. Okay, so months of inventory. Last month, we were at 2.7 months of inventory. This month, currently, we're at 2.9 months of inventory, which is an increase of 7.5%, which is moving in the right direction, right? We want more inventory out there, and 2.9 months of inventory is definitely probably the highest that we've seen among the different counties that we've been looking at. Overall, it's a 21.6% increase. We were at 2.3 months of inventory last year. We're currently at 2.8 months of inventory overall at this point in the year. So again, moving in the right direction, almost to that 3 months of inventory, which is why probably San Bernardino County house prices again are much more reasonable. And this is why I can personally attest to that because I'm out there looking. Much more reasonable and not as much competition, although I will tell you it is competition. Every offer that my husband and I have put in, we're in a multiple counter situation. Okay, every single one, and primarily the ones we've actually put in, it's 2 in San Bernardino County, 2 in LA County. and we were put into the multiple counter. Okay. All right, average days on market, no change so far. Average days on market in San Bernardino County, we're at 38 days on market last month. We're at 38 days on market this month. Overall, last year, this time in the year, we have 53 days on market, and currently in San Bernardino County, we're at 42 days on market on average. And that's a 20.8% decrease. And again, I think we're going to continue to see the decrease because more buyers are getting out there, more buyers are starting to make offers. I was talking to Ramon Cardenas just last week, and he was saying it's starting. The buyers are starting to get out here, and they are definitely starting to make waves, and they're definitely starting to you know, the demand is bubbling up. So you guys get your buyers out there as well. Get into the mix. And again, this is the time when you have to let them know that they will be in a, more than likely, they will be in a multiple counter offer situation, and not to let that discourage them. Okay. All right. Sold versus original list price is down 1%. They were getting 100% of their list price last month. Currently 99% of their list price. Sellers are getting 99% of their list price. Overall, sellers were getting 95% of their list price last year, and currently they are getting 98% of their list price. So that's good. Sellers should be happy. They're getting very close to 100% of their list price. All right, any questions about that before we go into our upcoming events for the week? No, we're good. All right, let's move it. All right, so you guys, we have Monday today. We've got at 12 o'clock, we have got group coaching. That is incorrect. It will be with Diana Carbajal, not myself. We have group coaching, and then tomorrow, conversations in real play at 9 a.m. And then we will have, you know, we always have the renewed agent. That is for solar. If you are interested in learning more about solar and the programs that we have, that's why we have that standing class there. At 3 o'clock, we have regional tech, so that for those of you who want to dive more into command, you can get into the regional tech. And then we are starting Ignite tomorrow night at 6 o'clock. So make sure that you register. We already have 24 people registered. I'm excited. It's going to be a good time. Ignite is going to be awesome. You're going to have homework, and you are going to have accountability. So tomorrow we may run a little bit over, but I'm going to do my very best because we'll have a lot to cover tomorrow. And then we will have Ed, of course, at 10 a.m. with the basics of probate. And then he's going to do on the next day, Thursday, the new BRBC, along with the SPB and some other forms. I don't even know what the ABCD is. I'm going to have to find that out. And then on Wednesday, we've got the watch party. So we've got some things going on. Let's see. Group coaching, already talked about. Wednesday, this is the one, the watch party. So at 10 to 2, if some of you guys weren't on, this says March 26th, but it's actually April 10th. You guys can join in. We're going to do a watch party. We're going to have some goodies here. This is about learning how to articulate your value. Several of the agents who were on, anybody on last time that was able to participate in this? Chime in. Was it valuable?
It very much was.
I saw it. It was good.
All right. Awesome. Awesome. Let's see. Stephanie, me. Okay, good. I am loving it. You guys, everybody who watched it said that it was really good, that they got some big nuggets from it. Even us seasoned agents, I got some nuggets from it, and I'm going to watch it again because, again, I was in and out. But it's just really valuable. We have to learn how to articulate our value. We have to become well-versed at that. Why should a buyer pay you? Why should a seller use a buyer's agent? We have got to be experts on being able to explain that to buyers and sellers, right? Especially in light of everything that's going on, and potentially in July, things changing. Okay. All right. So that's on That's on the 10th, this Wednesday, 10 to 2. And then I mentioned we've got April 10th and 11th. We've got Ed with the BRBC, the basics of probate, and then the new BRBC. We've got our tech workshop Wednesday after. After we're going to do that. Actually, we're going to probably change this to 2 to 3. So we'll do our tech workshop from 2 to 3 on Wednesday. But make sure that you guys are chiming in on that tech workshop, because again, the tech workshop is super important. People are learning. I just learned a great tool from Martha within it took her 15 minutes here, just standing over me, showing me how to create a smart plan and create this search for my buyers. It was awesome. And all doing it through command, through using my website. Don't even need to use the MLS. And then we have Dial for Dollars at 5 p.m. on Thursday. And excited about this, for the first time ever, Adriana Agudano, one of our cappers, will be joining us. Coffee with a Capper. Adriana is a second generation realtor. Her father is a realtor. And if you've seen him walk around here, he's still doing business. He buys properties. He's a buy and hold guy. So he buys them, they buy them, and then they manage them. So she manages a lot of properties right now. Definitely come and pick her brain if you are interested. She's also got a great referral business. So not only is she an investor through her dad, and now her and her dad partnering, she also has built a great referral business. So definitely come and pick her brain. That is going to be on Friday. Michael Lewis Suite. I just wanted to make sure you guys know that we do have Michael Lewis Suite. This is not a plug for the training. This is just to let you know we do have Michael Lewis Suite for marketing materials. If you haven't got your username and password, please let me know, or let the front desk know, so that we can make sure that you guys have that. We want to make sure you guys have that. Okay. And we have our very own Gio. He is going to be teaching on April 26th, you guys. So mark your calendars. From likes to listings, monetizing real estate with social media. So he is going to be talking about videos and how to get engagement, making sure that you guys are getting business actually from your social media, not just doing it to do it, but doing it with purpose, right? So, and it's Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok that he's going to be talking about. So that's going to be great, because if you've seen or follow Gio and you follow the Vista group, you guys will see that they're putting out some great content. All right. And even before, let me see. No, we've got these two. Gio is on April 29th or April 19th, you guys, not the 26th. He is actually on, he's actually on April 19th. So mark your calendars. April 19th, Gio is doing his class. April 26th is definitely going to be Jorge Mesa, and he's going to do a lunch and learn, and it is for pre-foreclosures. And he'll be talking about how to get the business from the pre-foreclosure market. Okay, we're talking about listings. We need listings. This is definitely an opportunity for you to learn how to go after that segment of business. Those folks at some point will need to sell, right? They don't know it yet. And it is a sensitive topic for them, right? So you got to learn how to approach them and what information and what value you can bring to them, so that you can follow up and continue to follow up. And when they absolutely need to sell, that they use you, they choose you. Okay. So that's going to be a great class with Jorge Mesa. And I just wanted to make sure you guys know the game is on. The bonanza, the listing bonanza is on. It started April 1st and it's going to go through June. I still haven't made that change, through June. So you get points for every listing taken. You get 2 points for every listing closed, and 1 point for every listing closed with Jackie, our in-house escrow. So make sure you're taking advantage of the listing bonanza, and we have it segmented. So the single agents, and then we also have our teams, right? 2 segments. And then the prizes, a 3-day, 2-night getaway to Palm Desert. And that's first prize. And second prize is 2 for sale signs and 5 open house signs. All right. That's our prizes for the individual agents. And for teams or groups, you got first prize, you got the private shuttle for regular and to take you to a regular season game. So we get your tickets to a regular season sporting event of your choosing. And second prize is a Duffy ride with beer and wine and definitely a charcuterie board, or if you just like regular hors d'oeuvres. All right. So let's talk about industry news. Any questions on anything that I just talked about before we get into that? No, we're good. All right. All right. So industry news, just wanted to highlight, this is, you know, we hear it all the time from David Crespo, who's farmers, but definitely State Farm has decided to pull out of California. State Farm is one of the major, largest insurance companies, homeowner insurance companies in our state. And they definitely have decided to not renew policies over more than 72,000 properties, on over more than 72,000 properties, because of rising costs, because of, you know, exposure. They call it catastrophic exposure, but exposure like wildfires and things like that that are going on that have devastated the insurance industry. And so now they are pulling out. So here's the thing for us, you guys, in light of this, and even with David telling us almost on every single team meeting, you guys got to know that homeowners insurance is getting more expensive. And so when you're in escrow on a property, you have got to make sure that that's one of the first things that your buyers secure is homeowners insurance, and that they shop it around. And if you need help with that, that's what we're here for. We can help you. We can give you some referrals, but definitely, please, make sure that you are helping your home buyers with homeowners insurance and that you are getting them on that first thing. You don't want to get to the end of the deal and it's high and it makes the debt to income ratios too high, and it kills your deal, right? So make sure that you guys are definitely securing that up front. Make sure you're working with David Crespo. He's a broker as well. So not only does he do farmers, but he does others. Okay, so it's not just farmers. Any questions about that? That's kind of a big topic. You good? Okay. All right.
I want to know, what's that state fair plan they keep talking about?
Well, the state fair plan it's minimal coverage, Oscar. The state fair plan, I believe what you're talking about is the earthquake coverage, state fair earthquake. Well, actually, what I believe you're talking about is the one that if you can't find coverage from any of the other major brokerages, California requires coverage, right? So California has an actual state insurance that if you can't get coverage from anyone else, they have to insure you. It is high. And typically what homeowners have to do is they have to go for that state fair program for a number of months, and then you can qualify for a different coverage. Once the house then like comes out of that risk factor, and I'm not sure how long that is, but we can actually have state fair program. I'm writing it down, so maybe David can give us some information on it. But bottom line is, once you come out of that risk category, then you can actually go in for like farmers insurance or for another, and you know, what is there? There's farmers, there's AAA. There's several out there that still do homeowners insurance, but definitely State Farm was one of the largest. Okay.
But so the state plan cannot turn you down. They have to take everybody. Is that what you're saying?
They do have to take everybody, yes. And they have stipulations though. So they could say you must do this, this, and this, right? Or like I said, it could be extremely high too. And you will have to take it because for whatever reason, you've got risk factors on that home. Did that answer your question, Oscar?
Yeah, it seems like everything's getting more complicated there.
Well, yeah. I mean, definitely insurance is is feeling the squeeze. But you know, complicated? No, just you got to use all your resources. Got to use all your resources, and especially you've got, and again, it's more preparation than anything. If you as an agent got your buyers in the escrow, you've got to be looking at the natural hazard zone disclosure. Why? Because the natural hazard disclosure tells you if you're in a high fire zone, if you're in an earthquake fault zone. Those have implications on your homeowner's insurance. So you've got to be looking at that for your buyer, and you've got to say, okay, we got to get on this because this property is in a high fire zone, or is in an earthquake fault zone. So we've got to look at what providers are going to be available. So that's just preparation, and that's just being ahead of the curve, right? If you get ahead of the curve with your buyers, then you're going to be fine, because you're going to find someone who will insure the home. And like, what is his name? I had his name just a second ago, you guys. Our farmer, David Crespo, like he was saying, what you can do in order to make the loan work is you can go in with lower coverages, just minimal, to make sure the home is insured per the lender standards. And then so that the debt to income ratios work out. And then after you insure the home and close, then you can up your insurance coverages to what needs to be acceptable for the homeowner, so that then, yes, it can throw the debt to income out of whack, because you're not going for a loan. Does that make sense?
Yep.
All right, good deal. All right, so that's the first thing. The second thing I wanted to bring up, 3 emerging AI scams that need to be on your radar, you guys. Although AI is wonderful for giving us descriptions of our properties and telling us topics that we can do videos on and all that good stuff, it is wonderful. But you guys know there's always going to be a flip side, right? There's always going to be a flip side to that, and that is scams are on the rise, and they need to be on your radar for fraud. So first one is business email compromise. And unfortunately, we've seen this happen already. And so basically the joesmith@gmail.com could be faked as Joe Smith with the 0 for the O @gmail.com, Joe Smith with the 1 for the I in the Smith, right? If you're looking here. So they definitely are very, very clever. And what they do is they're looking at mortgage closings, they're looking at escrow companies, they're looking at real estate companies, and they are changing our email addresses, right? And then they're changing our email addresses and hacking our emails and sending our buyers and our sellers an email from us. And then our sellers look at it, because everybody's moving quickly. Everybody's busy, you guys. And so our buyers look at that. If it's wire instructions, then they wire their money to this fake account because of this hacked email. So we've got to tell them, our buyers, to call the escrow company. That's the only way. Call the escrow company, okay? And make sure that they are getting legitimate instructions. Okay. They're faking. Here's the other thing that they're doing. They're creating fake listings to deceive consumers. They are fabricating reviews and testimonials, right? So they can lead consumers into fraudulent transactions. And again, we talked about wire fraud. So it's on the rise. So I need you guys really to pay attention. Help your clients to pay attention. Right? Help your clients to pay attention to these things and not get caught up. Pretty much all my clients, when they decide that they gotta, even if they're renters, because I do have a good fair amount of renters in my database, they will call me and say, hey, Brandy, I'm renting from this place, got it off, Craigslist or wherever. Can you check it out for me and make sure it's legitimate? I look at what's on the property profile for them, make sure that the name they're talking to is the name that's on the property profile, make sure the property is not in default, right? I'm looking at all those things. Make sure that the property is if I have to, I'll call the person and get more details. Because again, I'm their trusted advisor. So I'm just doing things that are going to further that, deepen that relationship with them and make sure they know that I'm there for them. Okay. The other way is vacant land scams. So they are putting a vacant piece of land, you know, putting it on the market, basically saying that, you know, this is for sale in some place. It's a non-existent property, you guys. They're asking them to, they're virtually sending the contract, and all this is just made up, just total fabrication, right? There is no land, and there is no property, so they're not buying anything. Okay. And it's below market. So they're saying the signs are that it's below market, that they refuse to meet in person, that they demand a cash down payment and a wire transfer, and they insist on using their own notaries, right? So these are all signs of a scam. Okay, so again, this is something you guys can actually do videos on and put yourself out there in terms of social media, because this is real. Okay, people are experiencing this. So make sure that you guys know about it and that you're alerting your database on it. All right, the other one is the phone calls. And this was crazy to me, that basically they are able to, from a few seconds of audio speaking like to our clients, they're able to get on the phone and actually sound like your client. Is that crazy or what? So the scammer will call us agents directly, and or call our clients and sound like us. But based on just a few seconds of being on the phone, they can replicate our voices, which is just a little bit scary, right? Which is just a little bit scary. And they'll ask you to transfer funds to an unfamiliar bank account or initiate a transaction, possibly using that whole vacant land scam. So definitely how they say how to respond. Repeated requests, or the sound of typing may be giveaways. What they call in a deep fake phone call. Okay, strange phrases might be a giveaway. So make sure that you're listening for these things. 2 ways to prevent it. Set a password with your clients that only you and they know, and that's kind of cool, right? Is setting a password with your clients up front, and you can ask for that. Say, hey, you know what, Ivan, let's validate. I just want to make sure that you and I that this is you, because you know I had a lot of that scams going on, like I told you before. So what's the password? And then you guys can do the validation in the call, and then phone the number on file for your client directly. So that's just call your client directly, right? Don't hit redial, but call your clients directly. Okay. So because they can actually, you know, they can actually spoof your numbers and stuff. So call them directly. Okay. So again, these are all things that we've got to notify our clients up front, buyers and sellers, that these types of things are going on, and we want them to be aware of them, because we don't want them to get caught in any of the AI scams or any scam that is currently going on. And we're here to protect them. So this is just another measure of us protecting them. All righty, you guys. So hopefully this was really beneficial for you. Hopefully you guys got a lot out of this call. Any questions? I'm gonna stop sharing. Any questions? No, we're good. All right.
Nope,
Well, you
not at the
guys,
moment.
all right. Thanks, India. You guys have an amazing week. Hopefully I will see you here in the office. We got a lot going on, a lot of great classes. Make sure that you're checking in and make sure that you're connecting so that you can get continue to sharpen your saw and continue to be that amazing agent. So thank you guys. Have a good one.
Thank you, Brandy.
You're welcome. Thank
Thanks,
you.
babe.
Bye-bye.
Brandy, I have a quick question.
Yes.